Good evening, Graham Rawlins with the Wednesday edition of News Geelong. The Great Ocean Road Coast Committee signed a contract for the redevelopment of Fishermans Beach at Torquay, paving the way for the construction of a versatile community and recreational precinct that will deliver a range of benefits to the community and service increasing demand for coastal recreational facilities. Easter 2011 saw the Geelong Showgrounds invaded by the National Hot Rods Association, with the biggest exhibition of wonderful and colourful hot rods seen for many years. And later in the program, the Flying Hawk, Nathan Curry, brings us the pulsating world of sport, and we update you with the next week of weather in and around Geelong. A major initiative designed to improve community facilities, public access, traffic flow, new toilets, a kiosk and a community meeting room will breathe new life into the Fishermans Beach precinct, as Ian Nichols reports.
Well, today the Great Ocean Road Coastal Committee has announced contracts for the redevelopment of Fishermans Beach here at Torquay. It's a $2.8 million project and it's going to be big. This building you see behind me, the Angling Club, has been here many years. It served its purpose and will be demolished within a few days. But more importantly, we're going to see a great redevelopment of this area. We've already got a brand new boat ramp. And at today's announcement, we have the chairman of the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee, John Carlisle, and the project superintendent, Richie Schultz.
This project's been a long time in the planning. By the time we went through the community consultation process, we've actually done the planning, rehashed the plans a little bit, gone out to tender, and now we're at that stage where we're ready to commence construction. So, yeah, we're quite excited.
And this building we see behind us, the long-serving Angling Club, will become history very, very shortly.
That's correct. I mean, the Angling Club, the building's been here for a long time. It's well past its use-by date. And not only the Angling Club, but also the marine rescue facilities are really not up to scratch. So we have the opportunity to replace both of those buildings.
And from your part, Richie, you wanted to bring to the beach here something that fitted the environment and something that would be, well, I would think a talking point for years to come.
Well, let's hope it's a talking point. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be a lot of comment on the building. It's a very prominent site in Torquay. Yeah, it's somewhere that I've used and visited quite often as a Geelong area boy. So, yeah, it's hopefully going to make a bit of comment and definitely improve the facilities down here for all the users, both the fishing, marine rescue and the general public.
Well, there's all kinds of people use this. It's not just fishermen or day trippers or people who come for a swim or walk along the beach. It's a community usage, and that's been incorporated in your design.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've got some educational facilities, interpretive learning areas and things up on the upper level on the Esplanade. Obviously the public toilet facilities and also a kiosk. So yeah, you can come down, grab a coffee, focaccia, whatever we want, yeah, and enjoy the area.
Well, John, initially I know there were grandiose plans for a restaurant full-on licensed. That has been rejigged, obviously.
That was part of the early planning, but what's evolved is, and you just alluded to it now, is really a multi-use community facility. So we have kiosk facilities, we have interpretive centre, we have viewing platform, we have facilities for the Angling Club, we will have community meeting rooms, we have the marine rescue service here, and of course it's all part of the Fishermans Beach precinct, which includes the recently constructed boat ramp. So much expanded community use facilities. That's been the outcome.
At the site of the Fishermans Beach redevelopment scene here at Torquay, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico. Greyhound Racing Victoria experienced a huge success with the official opening of its international class Beckley Centre. And one of Geelong's racing legends, the trackmaster, Dennis Craven, spoke with News Geelong on the special occasion. Dennis, you've been around the scene a long time. 39 years you've seen greyhound racing in Geelong. We've come a long way.
Well, we have. I mean, you're right, 39 years is a long time, and this is the third track I've seen in Geelong. I do remember the old Corio Oval, which was very much a wooden affair, old grandstands. I think it was the first home of the Geelong Football Club going back a long time ago. And I do remember the opening of the Beckley Park track in 1980, and that was a massive night. But I get a huge buzz out of the crowd here tonight. It's obviously greyhound racing's back in town. Really, the crowd's loving it.
And it is great to see what we can call the rejuvenation of greyhound racing through this Beckley Centre.
Yes, well it is. I mean, I've always had a greyhound over those years, so I'm a bit sort of close, you know, to the action. But yeah, it's just great to see the enthusiasm and the fact that there's 2 tracks here, and one of the tracks is named after Graham Bate, who's become a legend in the sport. You know, he started off when I was starting off, except that I've got 1 dog and he's got about 50. So.
And he's got one very special dog running on Easter Saturday in the Eastern Golden Egg up at Sydney for $250,000.
Well, that's true, and that dog's called Radley Bale, and apparently it's an absolute flying machine. And I think Batesy's doing far better out of the game than you and me.
But there's a story attached to another Geelong dog running in that same race.
Yeah, another one trained by Kelly Bravo and owned by a father, Joe Patterson from Corio, and it's called Kilty Lad, and it's a flyer too. So those dogs are concentrating in Sydney, where the $250,000 first prize is, but I'm sure they'll be here in the next couple of weeks.
The Victorian Government has The Victorian Government has committed many millions of dollars in funding towards the building of an additional hospital and student accommodation at Deakin University, both at Warn Ponds and Warrnambool campuses, that will support the construction of 311 additional beds at Deakin in Geelong and 100 additional beds at its Warrnambool campus. Ian Nichols reports.
Well, a substantial $7 million in funding for Deakin University, and it's coming at the right time, I would suggest.
Yeah, this will go towards the hub there for the development of the teaching school and the medical school there at Deakin. It'll go into optometry services. It'll provide additional employment, additional places at the university, and it's fantastic because you want to try and encourage these students to stay in the region. 70% of those students who study in a region end up staying in that region. That's the statistic. So it's important that we encourage Deakin University, and by getting these students here, the odds are that if they complete their degrees there, they will stay in the Geelong region, which is fantastic news for health, doctors, etc.
And also the fact that they will be accommodated as well. The funding is helping them to stay on campus as well.
Yes, there's also not only the $7 million for the hub there at Deakin, there is also $10.2 million for Warrnambool and Geelong campuses. There's 311 beds at Deakin, Warn Ponds, and 100 beds at Warrnambool. So this will facilitate people coming and studying here at the region.
Thank you, Nico. This is News Geelong Wednesday edition, as we go to a break and return with more news after this.